Go live. Oh my god, we're live. Here we are again. It's me. Hello. It's Metal Forge doing the stuff and the things. What's going on, everyone? This channel is so hard to find on its own. Well, it just started doing this thing, so just gotta keep going and do the stuff. Yeah, what's going on, everyone? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This isn't God of War. I know this isn't God of War. I am very much aware that this isn't God of War. Let's see. Some of you cheeky boys have been in chat here already. I haven't done my homework on Ong Bak. How do you even pronounce it? The way I just said it. Ong Bak. Robo Metal, what's up, Swirl? How you doing? Echo? Is there an echo? You weren't doing your echo yourself. Alrighty. I'm glad we figured that one out. Yeah, what's up? It's been had to start a bit late because the work's been busy today, so I had not as much time to prepare as I normally have. So I moved it a bit to the back. And now we're here. We're doing the thing. It's 9:30 p.m. for me right about now. So that's nice. It's Kenji. I see you doing martial arts build. Very good. You need to stop being so obsessed with the game. Actually, not really, but shut up. Good afternoon. Hello. This movie is great. Looking forward to your thoughts on it. Yeah, that's. I really like this movie. I can say that straight out of the gate. I watched this movie many of times. It's one of my go-to movies if I just wanna watch some good old martial farts. Some good old martial farts. Any metal is the good metal? Nice. Hey, Neon, hello. Never. You say you've seen Ong Bak many times, so you may be ahead of the game, but if you like this, then check out Tom Yum Goong, The Protector, Warrior King, all one film, different titles in each region. I stumbled upon that one while I was Googling some stuff. I haven't heard of that, but I think they're all starring Tony Jaa, I think. So I'm very much on board checking those out in the future, because I'm probably gonna rewatch 2 and 3 in the future as well, because I've never really watched them again. I remember not really liking the third one. I think that one was kind of bad, because I think they went a little bit more fantastical on that one, if I am not mistaken. But then again, it's been a while. Let's see, wait, what was that one called? Tom Yum Goong. Tom Yum Yang Goong. Tom Yum Goong Soup. No, I'm just looking for the movie. Thanks, Google. Revenge of the Warrior, Tom Yum Goong. Ah, okay. I don't think I've seen this one. But I'm interested. Because mostly the old stuff with Tony Jaa is pretty darn good in the fighting department. Because the last movie I know he was in was the Monster Hunter movie I haven't seen yet. And I don't think he's not gonna be used very well in that kind of movie. Because, well, it's fighting my fighting champion, if you will. So yeah, I don't know. Not really sure what that's all about. What did I just close my TISM? Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I accidentally closed the window. Oh, there it is. No, I'm just stupid. Anyway, movie with muscle people and you didn't even invite me. You're so little. Well, get schleamed on. I've yet to watch it, so this will be all new for me. We love martial arts. How do you think it stacks up against The Protector? I haven't seen The Protector, unfortunately, so can't really tell you that right now, but that one is definitely going on the list as well. Because I'm all for good martial fleams. Is the lead that I think the same production team for Warrior King? Ah, that's nice. It's named after the soup? Oh, okay. Not that movie. Ah, Monster Hunter, edited by Mr. Doobie. Shin Godzilla. I was seeing this in high school. My friends and I would run up and elbow each other in the back, shout Ong Bak and run away. That's hilarious. That's pretty fun. Oh, man. I guess a little follow-up to the JCS stuff I talked about last week. Seems like they were able to actually contact real people on YouTube. And I think 2 or 3 videos have already been restored back to the website. So it seems like there's a good chance we won't lose them from the YouTube anytime soon. So that's definitely good news. I hope they're able to sort the other videos out as well. But yeah, funny enough, they tweeted that out shortly after I ended the last stream on Matrix. So that was kind of funny. So yeah, that's some good stuff. I think the other part, Twitch streamers are still streaming all the series and whatnot on Twitch. So that hasn't changed. So not really a follow-up on that one, because I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon, if I'm being quite honest. Anyway, well, what else happened this week? Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. That's kind of crazy. For $69 billion. Nice. Yeah, but it's kind of funny because I'm pretty sure Microsoft shat on Activision at some point, how shit they are, and now they bought them. And yeah, Microsoft is getting really big. It's a little bit concerning. Because I think they're the 3rd biggest gaming company now, if I'm not mistaken, or just like entertainment company in general. I think Apple is the biggest one. And then there's one in between, then Microsoft is there. But yeah, it's I mean, it's more games for us, I guess. But man, competition is good. So don't really want them to just buy everything, because we're heading towards a Microsoft getting to be the Disney of video games. And yeah, always good to have competition. So I hope they don't buy all the stuff. Twitter is doing NFT profiles now, so you get like hexagon shaped profiles if you do that, or some bullshit. I don't know. I just heard about it. Don't give a shit. I don't know why you would get one. It's pretty cringe. But please go ahead if you want to get NFT profile pictures. I don't know. Highly weird, the whole NFT stuff that's getting everywhere and people just falling for it. Just going, oh, imagine you can get an NFT of a voice, and then you could use that voice for content, and you can use that voice in other video games. I mean, you only have to convince the developers to put that into your game, which is not going to happen. But yeah, it's really interesting how many people are crazy for NFTs these days. Competition is the big good. I'm really concerned about how little there is anymore. Twitter was the big gay before this. This just confirms the cancer. Yeah. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. I can't think of anything else that I was looking for or was looking at this week rather. First voice they promoted for NFT was stolen. The voice actor was pissed. Oh yeah, that's already happening. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's gotta collapse at some point, I think. But then again, all this crypto stuff is just recovers all the time. And all these influencers get like big money just from promoting that bullshit. And go like, I'm in there till the end, to the moon, Lamau. And then after that tweet, they sell the things they got for promoting it and make big cash. I think there's also celebrities who have like lists out there with their pricing. And I've seen some prices. It's actually kind of ridiculous. The amount of money they take is insane. But was it yesterday? Someone yesterday on stream said that Matt Damon promoted NFTs. It's like, what do I give a shit what Matt Damon has to say about NFTs? Why can't we get rid of Twitter? Because it's highly used and very popular. I've heard 5 different explanations for NFTs and I still don't get it. Yeah, I'm still not fully aware. And I've watched a bunch of videos about it. I think that the base is there's a hash code embedded in the file. And with that one, you can tell that it's the original one. Whatever that's worth on the internet. And I get the idea behind it when you sell digital art, for example. And then you can just put this little file with the hash code on it to the one who bought something from you. You can say, actually, I bought this, like, this is mine. I can kind of understand that one. But everyone is just using it for monkeys and sell it for $500,000 each. And I don't understand why. I don't even know how this happens. Like, I don't know why this monkey stuff went so viral and popular all of a sudden. It's super weird to me, and I will probably never understand it. Is this what it feels like to become a boomer? Those kids and their monkeys. God damn it. I just have my digital art on print sites like a normal ad. That's no NFTs. Racist? No, they're like actually selling monkeys with like cigarettes in their mouths and stuff. And Unity and monkey stuff, it's gotta be a good stream. I was talking about NFTs. Can't wait for people to copy paste digital art and get an NFT for it and steal money from artists or independent businesses. Yeah, that's happening already when they sell. Isn't the recent one where someone just sells YouTube profile pictures, like from Cadicarus, for example, and just sells those as NFTs? Like trading cards, NFTs or something. I just saw them tweet about it on Twitter and was like, oh, that's pretty cringe. Oh, well. I'm 28 and I don't understand it. Monkey shouldn't smoke. Any stream about monkey is gonna be objectively good. Fine. If you say so. I think that's like the most interesting stuff from the week that I caught a glimpse of. I think one thing I saw before I went online is that the new Mission Impossible has been delayed for like over a year as well. And some other movie I didn't care about. Yeah, it's just a lot of shit that gets delayed this year, apparently. That was already delayed last year to this year. So yeah, gonna be interesting to see what else is going to be delayed. I keep meaning to watch this movie, but I still haven't for some reason. Even have the DVD. Maybe I'll give you some reason to watch it, because it's a very entertaining movie. I sent you the explanation. Hang on, let's see. Oh, that's way too big. I'll read it later. Hear about the Italian Senate that at Final Fantasy VII porn play? Oh, yeah. I only saw tweets about it and I found it very funny. Yeah. Check your laptop before you put it on a public thing. Oh god, yeah, it's that's a fun one. But imagine this happening in like such a public thing on a government level in the Senate. Man. Insane how this shit happens. But also really funny. Really funny. I think I saw an article. That's where I saw it's like Senate I don't know, meeting, what was it? Senate meeting interrupted by very not safe for work Final Fantasy video. It was a hacker apparently who got into the call and posted the porn. Still funny though. Still funny. That was outside of the call. That's okay, fine. As I said, I only saw the headline and I just found it funny. Wasn't that interested to read why that was. It was just made for a funny headline. Right. In fairness, it is really funny. It is really funny. I enjoyed reading the headline. I really enjoyed that. Anyway, I think that's it. Talking is hard, okay? Shut up. Ong Bak, yeah. Really fun movie. I probably watched it like 6 or 7 times already. But at least 5 times. But there were always a big gaps in between. Basically, just a really fun martial arts movie from 2003. I think they just basically called it Muay Thai movie. I think the budget was like a little bit over $1 million only. So pretty small production. Let's see, but yeah. And they had a budget of 1.1 million. But they made about 20 plus million. So yeah, I would say that was pretty successful for a little production. I guess it wasn't a little production, but a not very well known production crew, I guess, from Thailand. So that's pretty cool. What's also really cool about this movie is all the action scenes, and I'm gonna show some examples because it's can at least show a little bit of a couple of clips at least. Obviously can't show you the whole fighting, which would be really cool if that would be a thing you can do, but copyright and stuff is a thing, and I'm not gonna risk that. But one of the fighting scenes of Ong Bak, if you don't have the movie, there's I think it's the official Ong Bak YouTube channel. At least it's called Ong Bak. It has a link to the movie or something where you can buy it, I think. And it's like 3 or 4 videos of Ong Bak stuff. And one of them is the Fight Club scene, which I will be talking about later on. Because that's probably the coolest one in terms of fighting. At least for me. Pronounced Ong Bak. Ong Bak. Yeah, yeah, you can probably tell it. Kind of fun that budget restrictions often lead to brilliant end results. Yeah, yeah, that's it's fun. I mean, it's from 2003, so it is. Man, fuck, that's almost 20 years old now. Jesus Christ. Why is butt censored? I don't know. There, it says butt. Well, you wrote butt. Good job. Anyway, I think with right, this movie, all the fight scenes, they have no CGI and they have no wires. So everything in this movie you see has been done, because Tony Jaa is a absolute mad lad of an athlete. Like, everything you see him do here, he can do for real. It's insane. There's like demonstrations of his skills on YouTube that you can find, where he's just on stage doing some of the stuff from the movie, I think, and then just does like a super high kick. Like, he stands up, and I mean, you can't see it because my hand is off camera. But yeah, he can like jump really high and kick really high. It's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. But yeah, I guess I just get into it. That's probably all you need to know for the movie. Obviously, the story is, I mean, I'm gonna go through the whole movie. But the story is kind of there. It's pretty basic, and you can follow it, but it's not insanely good or something. But it does the work, if you will. It does the work. Anyway, let me put this in front of me. Do the high kick. I can't do that, I'm afraid. Also, yeah, if you watch the movie, put on the English subs. There's an English dub for it, but it's pretty darn bad. If you want to do it for the lulz, go for it. But I wouldn't recommend it. Because the English dub is not very good. But yeah, we basically just start with a bunch of the people from the town, or the village of Nong Pradu. I think that's how you say it, Nong Pradu. That's most English dubs, yeah. You're pretty damn bad at high kicks. I am pretty darn bad at high kicks. Anyway, so we started at the village of Nong Pradu. We see some people starting to climb a tree because they have like a flag on top that they need to get. Like, one of them needs to get them, and if they get them, they're like the winner of that traditional happening that year. That's also just a thing they do. So you can see it right here. They're like covered in dirt. I can just show that really quickly. They're like covered in dirt, and they're all climbing that tree. And they want, yeah, that's the tree. And they want this little flag up there. So you need to get this flag and get it down. And then you are the winner. It's just a little intro scene. It's not really important to the story, I think. It just sees that our main character Ting wins that one. They jump around and all that stuff. It's just nice to see that this is just like actual people climbing a tree and kicking each other off. You can kind of see the crash pads below the dirt sometimes. They can tell where it's like dug up a little bit. But they do fall off a pretty high tree at some points. Like, they just get pushed off and shit like this. But yeah, Ting wins. I think they just have like a yearly celebration of something, and another celebration is coming up or something along those lines. It's not super important. All you need to know is they have This Buddha statue, this one right here, this is the Ong Bak Buddha. There's already your movie drop. And what happens is some dude called Don. It's not the Don. I want to make this clear. The Don is a fucking saint, and this Don is a piece of shit. So don't mix them up, okay? That's important. He comes to the town and talks to this old lad over here, and wants to buy a bracelet from him or a necklace. And he's like, no, I never said I'm gonna sell it. I don't even know why you came here. He's like, oh, just call me if you want to buy it anyway. He's like, no, I don't even have a telephone. I'm not gonna buy it. Leave me alone. And then just runs off, basically. Where's my button? There it is. Right, and we get a scene with Ting, where he does like some martial arts training. Where he does like just a bunch of stances, I guess, where he calls them out, and his master comes around, is like, I told you martial arts, but you do understand why you do not get to use it. He's like, yes, master. And then he goes away, and the other dude that's chilling there with him is like, you don't really understand, don't you? And then we get to hear like a little exposition. Oh yeah, he had to fight his own friend at some point, and they had a rope fist fight, and it's super dangerous, and he killed him, and that's why he's a monk, and this is why he won't allow you to use Muay Thai. And I was like, okay, wait, he's gonna use Muay Thai. But I think it's just a little setup why he's hesitant to fight most of the times. But yeah, anyway, while after this happened, the guy he was chilling with goes back to the place I showed you before, just to find this Don dude with his men starting to chop off the Buddha's head, because they don't want to go back empty-handed. And they're like, oh, what you doing? And they knock him out, and the next morning they find him and the Buddha statue beheaded. Everyone in shock why this would have happened. And the old lady of the town is like, oh no, without the head we're doomed. This is our demise. She's like superstitious as fuck. It's like, oh no, we can't be blessed by the Ong Bak like this. And it's like, oh no, someone needs to get the head back. And Ting stands up, I'm gonna get it back. Because he's our hero. It's like, okay, do this. Then the guy who wanted to sell the bracelet was like, oh yeah, you can go to my son in Bangkok. He can help you find Don, and also here's the address and stuff like this. And runs into it. But yeah, they're just deciding that he is gonna go. Hang on, I can't find the thing. There we go. And it's like, oh, please bring it back, and here, take this money. And then everybody is like chipping in, gives him a little bit of cash for the rose. Like, here, take this for food, and take this and this and this. And then he is off to the races on his way to Bangkok. This is where we get introduced to Humlae. I think I said that right. Humlae. He calls himself George in Bangkok for some reason, because he really doesn't like the town he's from, apparently, for some reason. And we see that he's doing like gambling of all sorts. Like throughout the movie, we just see him doing gambling and trickery and just doing things for his own gain while not really caring about anyone else. And when he's about to leave with the money he just won from that street race, he wants to take the drugs with him, because apparently he's also a drug courier. He does like every shady thing you can do. a con man. And it's like, oh, I'll leave some for the boys from the big bully dude. Hang on. Maybe I can find a picture. It's like, yeah, leave the drugs here. There you have this. This is the big bully, basically. That's gonna be reoccurring in some scenes. And he's just checking the drugs like, wait a minute, those are fake drugs. And then they beat him up. And yeah, he does all this weird stuff, but he's really bad at hiding it for most of the time and gets found out and beat up. He's a bit of the comic relief of the movie, basically. But yeah, he meets up with the girl he's always around with. I've watched this movie so many times. I still don't know her name. They say it, but I always forget. So, in hopes that I'll never forget it again, I'm gonna look it up right now. Because she's just kind of there. She doesn't really do that much in the movie. So I always forget what her name is. Ong Bak characters. No, not Bodyguard 4. Mylek? Yeah, I think that's her. Yeah, Mylek. And I already forgot. That'd be eye candy. She's not even around that much. Way to downplay a strong female. She's not even the main character. She's just around. She's just buddy with Humlae, and yeah. So as you can see here, they meet up, and they want to share their split because she did a race against the other ones, and they just gonna go ahead and share the money. But because they found out the fake drugs. Oh no! Wait, she did a race while he was doing the drug deal or something. Right. Yeah, it's like, no, I don't have money. They beat the shit out of me. No problemo. And they're chilling in front of their apartment. This is where Ting comes around. And he's like, hey, you remember me? I'm from the village you were from. He's like, go away, you fucking weirdo. I don't know who you are. And my leg is like, oh, come on. He clearly knows you. He's talking to you, not to me. And yeah, he refuses to talk to him. It's like, go away. I don't want to help you. And then he pushes him, and then the cash falls out of his bag that he got from the villagers. And then Humlae is like, oh shit, he got cash, eh? He's like, come in, come in. And it's like, oh yeah, what are you doing here? It's like, oh yeah, our village is in trouble. Can you help me find Dawn? It's like, oh, don't think about that. No, go take a bath. Just go take a bath. The shampoo is on the left, toothbrush and stuff is on the right. Just don't slip and fall. And then you can just hear him in the background calling someone's like, yeah, meet me here in the bar. And you can hear him grab the cash and leave. And Ting just gets up, runs to the main to the living room just to find his bag open and the cash gone, and he goes after Humlae. Yeah. Where Humlae goes is to the Fight Club. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If not, this is like a underground fight club, basically, that's covered up as a bar, I think is the idea. Or as a dance club, and you can bet on fights there. So he went there to bet all the money from the village on some random fight. Coincidentally, this is also the place where where Don's boss is hanging out most of the time and does like little little bids and bets with his business partner slash friend over here. So this is the boss. He's in a wheelchair and has a hole in his throat. And he has like one of those devices to talk like this. I don't know why they did this in this movie, but they did. And they always bet on fights while they are happening. So yeah, Humlae, they just bet on fights, like, oh, 10 million, 3 million, like all this cash. And then we get like a fight between two Randys. The one Randy is winning. It's like, oh, your Randy is losing. And it's like, no, he isn't. And the Randy that's losing is winning now. Blah, blah, blah. Just a little banter, basically. Somehow Ting finds Humlae in this club. I have no idea how he got here. I don't know how far away this is. I don't know how he found him in here. It just happened. We're just here, okay? Just get over it, I guess. But yeah, he just happens to find him here pretty quickly, actually, right when the fight ends. Like, where's my money? It's like, oh, it's right over there. And then he shows him. It's like, oh yeah, just right over there while he's opening it up. But yeah, coincidentally, he walks straight through the arena, and people think he is the new challenger. It's like, oh, everyone's like, yeah, come on, it's 3-1 betting odds, it's fucking great, you have to fight. And I was like, oh, he's gonna get the shit beat out of him. And even my leg is like, oh, what's that jerk doing on stage? And the fight is not very long. Let me put it that way. And everyone is getting ready. It's like, oh, they're gonna fight. They even bet. The two guys up there bet on stuff. And Thing's like, oh, I'm not here to fight. I just want my money back. And then the announcer is like, don't you worry about the money. I'll get it for you. Just fight now. And then they go like, fight. And then I just show you the fight. And just go like, And that's it. It's so great. Actually, I should have... I think it doesn't get the justice it deserves without audio. So it's really short, so I shouldn't get in trouble for this. That's the wrong one. There it goes. Because everyone is like... It was like, yeah, fighting. It's just like silence immediately. It's so great. I really love that. And then everyone was like, oh, that's it? Oh, that's lame. You died. Just put the you died of Dark Souls on there. So yeah, that's the fight. That's our first fight. He telegraphed that punch from a mile away. Basically, he did. He was like, "Ah, punch you with this one." Ah. It was like, "Yeah, we have a new champion. Our champion is." It's like, "What's your name?" Oh, I'm Ting from Nampradu. Oh, legend. And then he's about to give him like a stack of money. It's like, nah, I just want my money back. And then he gets it and leaves. So yeah, that's our introduction to our character. You can see he's pretty good at fighting. I had to watch it multiple times the first time I saw it. It's pretty great. It is pretty great. Yeah, and then he leaves, and Humlae immediately goes like, oh shit, he's really good at fighting. I need him to fight for me so I can get all the cash in the world. And he basically tells him, oh, I'll help you find the Ong Bak head and stuff. Just fight for me, right? Just what's the time? It's like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. And he's like, I'm not gonna fight for you. And he's like, oh, come on, don't you want to fight? It's like, nah, fuck this. And then Humlae is like, oh, fuck you, you piece of shit. He's like always angry when he doesn't get when he doesn't get what he wants. And Ting just wanders off into the night, searching for Dawn, apparently. And Humlae just goes back home, finds the letter of the dude, of his father, that Ting took with him. And he starts reading it. It's like, oh, I can't send you money this month. We have a drought in our village and stuff. And then he stops halfway through and just scrambles it up and throws it on the ground. Right. I think that's where this part ends. Yeah, because it seems like his dad thinks he's just trying to have success in Bangkok, but he later find out he just wants him to come back home, pretty much. Yeah, next scene we see Humlae again. He goes into like a dealership, a casino, like, I don't know if I think it's supposed to be an underground casino thingy. And underground, I mean, like, it's like in a dark place. It's probably not even underground, but you can't look in or out. And he has to give out cards for poker, I guess. And then Metalcommander comes around, plays games as well. And she wins all the time. Like, it's super obvious she's cheating. And it's like, oh, frisk her, she's cheating, she has cards hidden. And he's like, oh, no worries, I'm gonna do it. And she drops the cards, and he puts his shoes on the cards, and it's like, you take the money, go away, before you make us all go poor. So just again, it's just like, I'm just gonna trick everyone because I want all that money. And then they meet up in a little alleyway where they share the money, but he always takes more money because he's a piece of shit. Then we have buff bully guy back. He's like, oh, you have still money for me? You're still indebted. It's like, oh yeah, I was about to get to you. And just takes the money away from Metalcommander and just gives it to him. It's like, yeah, it was unacceptable what you did to me. And then he starts beating him up. And somehow Ting is here as well. Somehow he just happens to be there every time they need him. Before they properly team up, I guess. He just wanders around all of Bangkok. Bangkok, not Bangkok. And yeah, sees him. And he ignores Humlae. Because like, oh, you were a piece of shit to me. I don't wanna help you. Fuck you. But then the bully starts putting his hands on the whammon. And it's like, oh, you can't do that. I'm a simp, can't do that. No. Yeah, because a bitch slap. It's like, oh, you can't do that. And then he beats up the three guys. He doesn't even beat them up. He basically just blocks their punch and just pushes them to the ground, and then they leave. And Humlae again is like, oh, thank you for helping me. I owe you one. I'm gonna help you find the head. You have to fight once for me. And it's like, oh, fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. And then he starts cussing him out again. It's like, oh, you piece of shit. You wouldn't even do that for your stupid village. It's bullshit. Why are you doing this? And then he punches Humlae, being super angry. And then Metalcommander's like, oh, you better want to stop that because the bully guy is back and he brought reinforcements. So they have like all these things. And also the boss of the card place or the casino place. It's like, oh, so you're friends with her, huh? That's bullshit. And this is where the chase scene starts. They have like a chase scene on foot. And I think this one is pretty popular around the movie sphere, I think. Because just it's very much really cool parkour he does. It just shows how insanely athletic he is. We have, for example, he jumps over stuff like very precise. So he jumps over some kids. That's not as impressive, but as you can see here, for example, he just goes like boom, boom, boom. Just for example, I'm not gonna show it all because I don't wanna get in trouble. No, he jumps over some more stuff here. Then he jumps through this little thingy here. Goes like whoop and whoop. Remember, this is like all really choreographed, and it's like, I don't want to know how many times he jumped into these barrels before it happened. Loves and Jackie Chan. Yeah, Jackie Chan did like all this practical as well. Yeah, he jumps over some other people's. But I think we had enough jumping for now, so I'm just gonna show you some other stuff here. Yeah, and he jumps over some tools. Oh, he jumps through some barbed wire. That's pretty cool, actually. He goes through. It's like whoop. It's like insanely precise. Like, it's really impressive what he can do. It's really, really cool. Also, Humlae does the chase too. He jumps through the stuff as well, but it's like he always does it dumb. Like, he jumps into a barrel, or he rips his pants while he does it. No, you eat grass, Scoop. Fuck you. But yeah, there's just some more jumping stuff. Oh, this one is actually pretty cool. Like, the other jumps are just quote-unquote normal jumps. I say normal jumps that don't look as impressive as the other stuff. Like, I couldn't do the other one as well. So he does like this. Shroop. Just look at this. It's just insane and precise. It's good shit. Just popped in to say, I have fun, Metal. Well, thank you. I have fun sometimes. And then there's like a little joke where Humlae is like, I have a knife. It's like, go back up. I'm gonna gut you, you pieces of shit. I have a knife now. And they're like, this is a silly small knife. And then he throws their way, turns around, and gets another knife. He's like, oh, you wanna have a go, mate? I have a big old knife now. And the bear's like, oh shit, that's a lot of knife. Can't do that. And then we have like a little joke, because then a saleswoman comes around, is like, knife for sale, and just runs across, and everyone's like, oh. And yeah, next scene is just him getting chased by these people, but with knives in their hand. Just a little joke, just a little funny stuff. I liked it. But yeah, in the next scene, there's some more dodging. I just call this dodging the enemies, because he does like a bunch of tricks to dodge the stuff. So it's like on there, there's like, it's not quite a fight, but just like shit like this. It's like, god damn, dude, calm down. You absolute mad lad. And it's just insane because he does that for realsies. And I've seen some making of footage when he does like these weird flippy kicks and stuff. Like, those things have like impact, because he does it to people that have like those I don't know what you call it, like those kick pads basically in front of their face, and like that shit has impact. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, more funny stuff. The guy throws like hot spices in people's face. He knows the way of the disco arts. Exactly. Yeah, then we have like another Flippy Do by Tony Jaa. It's like a little jump pad. It's like doom. It's like, just look how much height he gets. Like, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Even with like I think it was a trampoline that was down there. It was like a little jump pad. You know, these ones that go like this. They have like a little give and propel you just a little bit. Flippy doos are really neat though. They are. Oh yeah, and the next one, he's cornered in an alley, and he runs across their shoulders. And I've seen a clip online or a demonstration show where he does that with the people for real. Just look at this. Boop, 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 boop. It's insane. Obviously, if that were a real scenario, it would be kind of hard to pull that off. But still, it's really cool. That's some balance you have to show there for sure. I learned how to do flippy doos in my mom's country when I was 7, thanks to Jackie Chan. Nice. But yeah, this is definitely the most action-packed part of the movie, because after this we go straight to the fight club again and get the three, I call them the 3 main fights because I like them the most. That would hurt you if we weren't prepared. Absolutely. Man, and I dodge some more stuff, and he gets away. Humlae can't get up wherever he is. It's like, oh, please help me. I'll help you find the head. And for some reason, Ting was convinced by that. I don't know why, but he does help him, and he leads him to the fight club where we see, what's his name? Big Bear. And we went back here because apparently Don does sell drugs here, according to Humlae. So we just go back here. So yeah, the boss sees that this guy is back, the Ting is back, and wants him to fight, and because he wants his money back. So he basically forces him to fight multiple times in a row, which is 3 times in this scenario. And I say this is where the fun begins. So we have Big Bear in the ring beating someone up, and he wants to fight. He's mean to the woman. He's just a little bit of harassment, just to show that he's a big old asshole. And it's like, oh, I wants to. The Ting is back, says the announcer. It's like, oh, I want to fight him. It's like, this is Big Bear, by the way. And Big Bear just constantly taunts him, but the Ting is like, nah, I don't give a shit. You can say what you want, I don't want to fight you. And then some Randy comes in the ring to fight him, and he gets the shit beat out of him. And almost killed. The woman's like, no, stop, please don't do it. And then I think he bitch slaps the woman. Yeah. Why does Big Bear look like Buff Yankovic? That's a good question. Oh man, that's never gonna be unseen. That's for sure. But he's mean to the woman, and that's a no for a hero. So he steps in the ring and does the fighting. And like, I'm gonna bet stuff. And then we get another scene like this. It just goes like, come on, fuck Muay Thai. And then you just get kicked in the face for beginnings. That looked like I just accidentally made the transition that looked like it was on purpose. But yeah, he's not down completely this time. But he gets dominated by Ting. Like this, I think he gets like 1 or 2 hits in. Humlae is like, oh, if he wins, I'll take the money, okay? This is my kid. But yeah, let me put on the sound here a little bit because the punches just sound satisfying as fuck. Whoops. Not here. Hang on. Come on. Sometimes it's hard to navigate the VLC, especially in long movies. But yeah, it's like the classic sounds. I just like them. They're like borderline cartoony, but not cartoonish enough to make it weird, I guess, if that makes sense. Oh, this does sound. But yeah, he basically has him on the ropes most of the time. He pushes another guy into him. The guy holds Ting, but he gets he lets him go because he gets shoved into a table. Big Bear spits him in the face, but that's basically all the offense he gets because he just gets elbowed to oblivion, which is the theme of the movie. Elbow hard, elbow very hard, because he does this and then this. Like, bam. I was like, man, I can't even. This is literally what that was. Same sound. Like a skull break there. Oh yeah, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. But yeah, but that's the end of this guy. Pretty much, it's like very one-sided. Makes basically quick work of him. Easy peasy almost. Just to show, like, oh yeah, our guy, pretty good at fighting. That's some pretty good fighting. It's the gip sound from the code. But yeah, but we're not done fighting because next is Don Chilu, which does like basically kick fight. It's like a kick fighting style, I guess, would be the case with this guy. See, because he does like crazy movements with his feet and stuff. I could be wrong. I don't know what the martial arts are called, but he's a quick lad. Yeah, he's like very quick on his feet. He like jumps around a lot. Damn it. Hang on. Once you drill elbow strikes for an hour training. Oh god, it hurts. Oh, I bet that's the thing. But yeah, this guy is very agile, as you can see right here. No, yeah, he goes just like all this stuff. It's like woo 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 woo. This is also where he tries to go away because he doesn't really want to fight anymore. But this guy over here threatens him with a gun. He's like, you gotta do more fighting, my boy. And that's what he does. That is exactly what he has to do. Taekwondo. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's heavy with kicks, exactly. Right, so this fight is going to be a bit tougher for our guy, which is very important because we don't want our guy to be just invulnerable and unbeatable, basically. We want him to take damage because this is how I care about the fights. If he just knocks everyone out with ease, it gets boring. Might still be nice to look at, but I want to see him struggle, want to see him fight the fight, basically. But yeah, this is pretty fast-paced fight. The guy is like doing a lot of kicks and moves around a lot. Don't know if that's the best way to fight, because he probably uses a lot of energy just moving his legs back and forth on the spot. But yeah, first attack gets blocked by Ting, but he's also not out after one punch. That's what I'm trying to say. He does a bunch of kickaroonies, and there's gonna be a pretty cool kick soonish, where he kicks him out of the air, basically. It's like, yeah, that's the one. Hang on. 48. Yeah. Is it? God damn it! I'm always clicking. I should probably just not put my water bottle in front of OBS so I can actually see what I click. No, yeah. So he does like kick, dodges it, dodges another one, and he goes like, bam. So good. It's just so satisfying to see. So satisfying to see. Because again, this is all for realsies. This is all choreographed. There's no wires, no bullshit. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, there's just a really cool little scene where he blocks his kicks with his own feet. Just goes like this, like tick tick tick. Let me just pause it real quick. Just don't want to get in trouble. And yeah, there's then more kicks like dunk 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 dunk. Just looks like he's not wasting any movement at all. Like, it's just so satisfying to watch him do the fighting choreography. It's really great. But yeah, but we also see Ting trying to punch him, and he's like dodging his attacks as well. So we know the guy he's fighting has experience fighting. He's not just some rando. And Ting needs to change his moveset up a little bit, needs to figure out what he needs to do, which is really cool to see. He just can't do the same thing over and over again. He has to see what his enemy does and has to change his tactic for the fight, basically, if that makes any sense. But yeah, they fight a bit more. Just go out of your way to watch that. Just that whole scene. It's on YouTube. It's on the channel called Ong Bak. I think it's the official one. It's just a lot of fun. Like, it's really cool. And you just wonder what the fuck happened to action movies or to fighting movies. Because I haven't seen any super great fighting movie like this in a long time. Like, Nobody had some really cool fighting, but not like aesthetically pleasing fighting like this, if that makes sense. Yeah, then he kicks, in the end, he kicks the shit out of that guy. He was like, bam, bam. It's like a really brutal kick there at the end. People learning impossible. I know, right? But yeah, that's almost the end of the fight. He turns his back to the baddie and he tries to charge it from behind, but he realizes it, and we get this. Bam. God, just looks so cool. Just looks so cool. This is really satisfying. Also, I saw I was peeking there when I was laughing. I hope I fixed that now. I thought the Southpaw movie has pretty good when it comes to fighting. Haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that one. Like, I just think about all the DC stuff, for example, where you have those fighting heroes and it just looks absolute garbage. I heard no peeking. Okay, OBS was just full red. That's why I just turn down my volume a little bit. Yeah, you have like those big ass budgets movies and series, be it Marvel, be it DC and whatnot. And it just all looks like hot garbage. Like it just looks really bad. And you have all this camera shaking and cut. And here you just have camera on the two fighters and they do their thing. The Raid, another excellent example of really, really good fighting movies. Like The Raid, if you want to see some fighting, go watch The Raid. So fantastic when it comes to fighting. Especially the first one. I like the first one the most. Haven't seen the second one as much, but the second one still has pretty good ones. Pretty good fighting. I think was there a third one, or am I misremembering that? I'm not sure. But yeah, The Raid is super cool. The Raid is badass. Absolutely. Absolutely. Warrior has good fighting. That's a pretty old movie as well, though, right? But yeah, we finished this fight with those broken ribs, as Whirlpool said earlier. And we get Mad Dog, which is this lad. And everyone is just making space for him because they already know, oh shit, this place is gonna get trashed. Absolutely destroyed. And everybody knows that, except Ting. Because he just gets in a fighting stance. And this guy's just like, nah, I just wanna, just goes like this. As if he wants to shake hands. And just immediately pops a bottle over his head. He's like, and we just go straight to fighting. This one is not as aesthetically pleasing as the other fights. This is basically like an all-out brawl. Mad Dog just basically uses everything in the bar to just absolutely destroy his enemies. It is very satisfying to watch still. I really like the fight. But he doesn't fight very, very nice. He's basically a dirty fighter, if you will. Because as you can see here, he just immediately grabs a chair, bam, grabs another chair, swings it, gets the whole... No one just grabs the whole table and just kick, double kick, basically drop kicks the table into him. Like it just looks so badass. And you can tell, like, those guys, after they have those choreographies, they're gonna hurt. They will hurt. And those props don't look super thin, to be honest. Like, these look rough. Wait, there's one where he grabs a piece of the table and tries to break it on our guy, but it takes like 3 tries. Yeah, this one. Like that one probably sucks in the morning. Just look at this, bam, bam. It's like, fuck. That's gonna suck for sure next day, or the same day actually. Doesn't look very pleasing. Breakaway pro still hurt. Yeah, it's like a gimmick guitar, for example, which they use in wrestling, for example, sometimes when they put a guitar over their heads. It's like a bit thinner and stuff, but still sucks. Like, it still sucks. But yeah, there's a lot of this in this fight where they just where Mad Dog just throws shit at him as well, and he dodges it, and he did that for real as well. Like that's probably the coolest. That's just a pretty impressive one. Like you can see this here. The way he dodges it is he's so fast, dude. Just look at him. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. He's so quick. Right. I need to remind myself to keep talking. I just want to watch this fight scene again. It's just so badass. But yeah, he just uses more shit around vases and Ting, Jesus Christ, just elbows through them. It's just super badass. At one point, Mad Dog grabs an electric cable and tries to electrocute him, which gets rid of all the, which makes it a little bit darker because of electric interference. And then he loses track of Ting and goes onto a table, and then we get this. It's like, man, that's some good balance, my boy. That's some good shit. And then he gets elbowed in the face. Mad Dog takes my leg and drags her up the stairs to the first floor, where he basically pushes her into him and he kicks him away. And then he just grabs a refrigerator and bashes it into him. But then he gets kicked back and again. And again. And again through the wall. Oh, it's just so punchy. It's so punchy. It's so much fun. But yeah, they end up going all the way to the boss room. Not the boss room, the boss's room where they were watching the fights. And it was like, don't disappoint me. Gives Mad Dog a knife. He gets disarmed immediately. And then he gets pushed through the window. And our guy jumps straight after him and kicks him in the face. And that's the end of the fight. Super fucking cool. Like, it's just cool all the way. It's amazing. Go out of your way, go watch this. Go watch this whole thing all the way through. Especially this bar scene. As I said, you find it on YouTube immediately. It's like 35 million views or something. You'll find it pretty easily. It's really, really cool. It's one of my favorite fighting scenes ever. It's just super cool. And I also think it's just really good as well. It's just really well choreographed. It looks really smooth. Tony Jaa's just so fucking talented. There's not a single movement wasted. It's so good. The boss room for the boss fight, yeah. And then we get the audience applauding him and throwing coins at him in the middle of the arena, which I think is a tradition from the olden days of gladiator fights. When they saw a good fight, they threw coins at the winner. I think I heard something about this once before. But yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. But yeah, it's just man, it just cannot be understated that this all just works so amazingly well, because the camera shows the action. It doesn't move erratically. The fight looks real because it is pretty much real choreographed fights. Tony Jaa is just so great, and actually everyone in the fight scenes is just so good. Like, they just do a really, really good job, and it makes it all for a very, very pleasant experience to watch the fight. Like, it's really, really, really great. But yeah, after they douse him in coinage, Humlae and Malek like grab the coins and just grab it all up. Stuntmen are what's up. Yeah. Pretty much. Let's see. Now we get a little bit of a break from all the fighting. Unfortunately, I could just watch these kinds of fights for hours on end because it's really entertaining for me. They spot Don. He just they start to chase him, but they lose him basically right away. So they just go grab some food and then go home. The landlord waits for Humlae in front of Humlae's apartment, wants rent, and he's like, "Oh, give me 3 more days." And Ting just gives the landlord a ring that he got from one of the villagers. And it's like, "All right, give you 7 more days." It's like, okay, kind of a pointless scene, to be honest. I don't know. But I think we see him getting the ring, so I guess they just wanted to use that. Yeah, I don't know. Not really a point for that scene. We see Humlae getting up in the night, can't sleep. He grabs the crumbled paper, which is his dad's letter. And he reads the second half that basically says, "Yeah, don't worry about the money. I just want you to come home. I miss you. I don't even care if you don't want to be a monk." It's like, oh, his dad misses him. What a pussy. I must go now. Have a fun stream, lads. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for popping in. The VOD will be here to be watched. Right. That's basically that scene. Next scene, we see Don, because we need to establish what a piece of shit he is. He has one of his delivery girls in his apartment, I guess. His drug delivery girl / hooker. I'm actually not sure because he tries to have sex with her, but she's not into it. Maybe she's girlfriend or he's just abusive. Not sure. He's a piece of shit. That's basically it. And she's like, "I don't want to get drugs for you anymore. Deliver drugs for you anymore. I want to quit." And he's like, "Ha, you want to quit? If you want to quit so badly, tell me you want to quit now." And he takes like a full hand of like, I don't know, coke, ecstasy, whatever, and just goes through her face with it and ODs her pretty much. In the end, she just basically dies. This character we don't know, but we now know what a piece of shit he is. So there you go. We see our little team going up to this apartment complex, if you will. They get inside, go to the door, knock on the door. They have like another girl of his in front of the door, so he looks like a little spy hole. It's like, what do you want? And then they come in, he's like, oh shit. Goes to grab his gun. But Ting is too fast and disarms him. But then they see her get that the girl is ODing. Ting is going after the guy when he tries to escape. And we see Humlae's like, oh shit, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And he runs down. And here, look, here's an insane thing. They don't just abandon her. They both run down. But Humlae is like, room 212, someone is dying, get an ambulance right now. Probably still not the best scenario. He probably should have stayed there, I think. But they show us that they just don't leave someone to die. Which is like, man, what a noble concept. What a noble concept, isn't it? Isn't that fantastic? But yeah, we do this, and then we get another chase scene, but this time a car chase scene, but not with real cars. With, I think they're called Tuk-Tuks, I think. I'm not really sure how to pronounce them. In German, I would say Tuk-Tuks, which sounds funny. It's basically like 3-wheeled thingies. Wait, are they actually three-wheeled? Hang on. Yes, it's like these things. Boom. These lads. They have a chase scene with these ones. Personally, don't really care too much about this scene. It's like a wacky chase scene where a bunch of shenanigan happens. Like some of those things fall over and they crash into each other. Tony Jaa does some funny stuff with them. Some athletic stuff, but if you like wacky car chase, or in this case, tuk-tuk scenes, this might be fun for you. It's not like awful, it's just not for me. I don't really care about it too much. I could do without it, because I don't think that's the strength of the movie. But yeah, basically they run off what is it, like a bridge that's still being constructed, and Humlae just breaks right in front of it, and like four of them just drive past him and crash to the ground instead of just breaking, which is just fucking odd. They go all the way to a construction site. Four of them crash into each other and somehow explode. These small things just do explode. One of them crashes into a building. It's just wacky and weird. Slight tangent. What type of headphones do you use? Those are the ATH M50X from Audio Technica. I'm not the biggest fan of car chase by fighting movies. Yeah, this one, I just don't find this one especially appealing. It's just kind of weak. And yeah, he ends up finding Don in his tuk-tuk thingy, and he jumps onto it, and they both of them jump off a ramp into the water. And this is where Ting finds that there's like more antiques submerged in the water ready to be sold. And they call the police and they get them all out. Don gets confronted by the boss man, who is like, I told you no funny business, and now my whole business is going down the drain. It's your fault. He gets beat up, and that's the last time we see Don, I think, because he's not important anymore. Maybe he got killed. Not sure. Next scene, we see Humlae and Malek talking about the girl that died. I think they were friends. I don't know. Don't really care. I don't think we've seen them before this, so... And then they get abducted, kidnapped by the big boss man. It's like, you don't know who you're fucking with. You gotta get killed. It's just, we just need to get to our next fight, everyone, okay? This is all we need. Basically, if you really want the Ong Bak head, we have a little game for you to play. And Humlae basically has to convince Ting to fight once again, and he agrees, like, I would do everything for this head for my village, even die. And they agree to a fight in a Muay Thai ring. He get the next fight, which is not really a fight. But I should probably say before this, this guy is, I think, supposed to be his right-hand man. He's like a fighter as well. Ting has to fight against this guy in a Muay Thai ring, which is just like ropes and a ring. I think the idea is that he wants to bet against his friendo again because he invites him there. And we learn after the fight that Ting throws the fight, so he's not really fighting here. And also, the big baddie right-hand man is using some kind of syringe with power enhancement drugs stuff, which makes him almost invulnerable. So he just takes all the kicks, gets super aggressive, beats the shit out of Ting. Humlae throws the towel in. It's like, oh, that's enough. But he kicks him more and throws him through a table. Not super interesting. He just gets the shit beat out of him. That's pretty much it. And then some Randy comes into their locker rooms like, if you want Ong Bak, you come with us. And then they drive to an abandoned gas station, I think it is. It's like, here's your money for convincing. It's like, oh, have some respect. And they find out, oh, it's been all a trick. There's no Ong Bak in the chest. They're just here to kill me. And it's like, yeah, get rid of them. Not everyone leaves, but only 2 people stay inside to kill them with a gun. Ting overpowers him when he goes to put on the silencer, starts to beat the shit out of the guy. At one point, he punches him into the table, which looks like this. It's just funny to look at. They overpower the other ones. Then we get a Randy with a motorcycle helmet who goes in because one of his guys gets thrown through the door, and he just goes into the doorway and just randomly shoots into the room without looking, which is weird. But our heroes already went outside. Ting goes through the back, comes out, looks at them, he gets shot at. Obviously, he has a little bit of plot armor, so he doesn't get shot. Here, jumps over a barrel, and I think his foot lands in some kind of, I think it's just oil. It's supposed to be oil, flammable oil. Everything blows up. The guy with the gun goes to check. And then we get front kick. We get flaming kicks because this guy couldn't be even more badass. Yeah, I got flame kicks. But because this one flying kick isn't enough, we get even more flaming kicks. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bam. Probably not very practical. And I think they tried to make it look like it was an accident. Because his flames, his feet go into oil, and then the explosion set him on fire. And then he just jumps into a little puddle of water. Not a puddle, like a bucket of water. And extinguishes the flames, kicks the other guy some more. Then there's this one random guy who gets back on his motorcycle and for some reason drives straight at the car, which makes no sense, but we get this for this. Bam. Just kicks the helmet in twice. In twice? In 2. Man, words are hard. It was a long day, okay? Shut up. But yeah, kind of silly, because I don't think you can kick one in half like this. But this one is obviously gimmick, because it's like a perfect cut in the middle. But yeah, this gets rid of all these goons. Thing is like, I'm gonna go after them. I'm going alone, but he can't actually drive a motorcycle. And this is where Humlae tries to starts to embrace his heritage, like, I want to do something for Nong Pradu as well. Entwine. That's probably what I was thinking of. It's like, I'm Humlae from Nong Pradu. I came around. It's like, okay, good for you. And then they drive to the mountain with the cave in it, because earlier they said they go into a cave, and Ting asked the last one, "Where's Ong Bak?" It's like, "Oh, it's cave glip glob." I forgot the name of the cave. And yeah, they have like a bunch of guards outside, and it's actually kind of funny. There's only one guy with a rifle, and he gets attacked first. But much funnier is you just see Humlae in the background, just taking out one of the guys. And he's like, boop, 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 boop. It's just funny. But yeah, then Ting kicks the guy there first. I think it's a bit of a tism, this one, because he just kind of kicks him a little bit, and that guy stays down for like until he's still down, still down, still down, still down. Then he stands up and gets elbowed. So yeah, he stays down a bit long. I think they just shouldn't have given them a rifle, because no one in the cave has any guns. So I don't know why they decided to give that one random guy a rifle. But yeah, kind of weird, but not too bad. Anyway, we go inside the cave. We're nearing the end now. We're getting the final fights. We get a bunch of fights against multiple people, which is pretty cool. There's like a bunch of armed fights with sticks and swords and tonfas. Yeah, just more satisfying fighting. I'm just not gonna show a whole bunch of it, because just nice look. Just go out of the way to watch it. It's still satisfying to watch, but I just don't want to show all those clips all the time. I guess just show you just a little bit of the best things that I liked a lot. I think the Tonfa ones is probably one of the best ones, because he does like a massive leap from the floor, which is pretty impressive to look at. It gets sword fighting. Yeah, it gets those Tonfas. I think it's about to be, I think it's like 125. Yeah, it's right about here. So he punches him back, and then does like a massive leap like this. Like, damn. I find that very impressive. So that's why I wanted to show it. Oh yeah, and then he does like a crazy wall run. Just look how high that is. And that's without wires or CGI or anything. Like, I just find it baffling what the human body can do with proper training. It's insane. Oh yeah, just some more fighting. That last guy doesn't even try to fight him. He just runs away immediately. He was like, fuck this, I'm out of here. And that concludes the armed fighting for this scenario. He gets into the main hall, if you will, and there's a huge Ong Bak head that he's trying to behead as well, because he wants to sell that as an antiquity as well. And then there's some more multiple men fights. They don't even have armaments anymore. They just do fisticuffs. But there's another really cool shoulder jump. I think that's just what I'm gonna call it. Because they all line up again. And hang on, I'll show you once more. He just does this. It's like, whoop, bam. Super impressive. Like, I love it. I just love watching this shit. So much you don't know. It's just a glimpse. Oh yeah, I know. The human body can be trained to crazy amounts to do shit. I mean, it just makes me think about those actual monks that just lean onto spears and shit. Like, god damn, dude. That guy is dead. Yeah. Oh yeah, get some more fights. Humlae is getting hung up to dry, basically. He gets freed though with a kick, and then he has to fight someone that has a saw, and he has to block the saw, which is just kind of ugh. This goes like this, and he blocks it with his hand and arm. It's like, oh. Let me see if I can find a better shot of this. And there's like a nice little sound as well when it goes. Yeah, that probably sucks to do, for sure. I'm pretty confident they didn't use a real saw in the shot, but you know, still thinking about having to do this is kind of insane. But yeah, Humlae helps him, and as a gift, he gets his arm broken like a goddamn twig. And then this last guy gets annihilated as well, gets his leg broken in twine. There you go, I learned after all. Then he gets out some resin, I guess, that he chews and then spits onto his arms. And I think it's like a leaf that he puts on his fist. I don't really know what this means, but I think it's like a traditional thing. I think that's another thing he gets from one of the villagers, and he puts it over his arm. Like, I don't really know what it means or what it's supposed to be, because he goes like here and spits it over his arm, goes like this and this. I know if anyone in chat knows what that is, or if anyone that watches the VOD, let me know in the comments, because I legit don't know what that's supposed to be. But yeah, we get another fight with the big bad right-hand man, but this time it's not a thrown fight. So he basically gets beaten up pretty badly. They trade kicks back and forth. Shit. They trade kicks back and forth, all that good stuff, but in the end, Ting just pretty much annihilates him with elbows and kicks, which is pretty satisfying to watch. I think this first phase of the fight, he fucks him up with like a double punch to the face. Yeah, he does like a leaping double punch, like bam. Can you imagine getting hit by this for real? Like, that must suck dick, dude. Elbowed. Yeah, then he kicks the shit out of the people who are trying to behead the Buddha statue. While this is happening, the big bad guy gets 5 or 6 syringes and puts them in his body to overcharge himself, which is not gonna help him a whole lot. He kicks the shit out of Ting in the beginning and starts to choke him, but then he looks at the Buddha statue. I was like, oh shit, I can't give up. He's like, ah. And then he gets a second wind. And this is where Elbow City starts. Like, he does like a corkscrew elbow to his face, jumping elbows. Like, he probably elbows him like 20 times. It's like insane. I think he does like a rapid elbows. Yeah. It was like bam, 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 bam. And then bam, and bam, and bam. So basically a lot of elbows. It's Elbow City. And the way he can bend his body, like, I can't even, this is how far I can get my elbows in front of me. Like, this is, ugh. Yeah, then he basically climbs onto his head, elbows him in the head. There's blood everywhere. Ting gets shot by the boss man, and before he gets shot a second time, he gets shot in the shoulder. I should add, before he can get shot a second time, Humlae comes up and beats the shit out of the guy in the wheelchair, which is kind of fucked up. Can't just beat up someone crippled. But the big boss man is still not donezo. He's still not donezo. But Ting comes back to save our guy. He gives him one last elbow into the head, basically, which knocks him down. And then he gets like probably one of the brutalest finishes in a fight. I can't imagine. He well, I just he does this. This. Damn. Just imagine getting hit by shit like this. You're dead. That's like most of your ribs. Goodbye. I'm too muscular to do the last move. Yeah, you need to be a little bit bendy for that one. But yeah, that's the end of that guy for sure. That's unfortunately the end of fighting as well. We just get a little bit more stuff. The big boss man fall next to a hammer. He's trying to hammer the Ong Bak head, but Humlae jumps over it, covers it with his body so he can't shatter it into 1,000 pieces. And then the Buddha statue, the big one, gets loose and squishes the big bad boss man. Oh, the irony! Oh no. And it also has gold on it, but that's not really important, to be honest. Ting gets his Ong Bak statue back, everything is good, but no, Humlae is stuck under the rubble and the head. He's like, oh, tell my dad I'm sorry. And I should have been a monk. And then he dies. And he dies for real. It's not a fake out death, I think. I don't remember if he comes back in the second one. And yeah, that's it. We bring back the Ong Bak head to the village. Everyone is happy. There's green again. The drought is over. Everything is Gucci. But unfortunately, their son died, so that's not as Gucci. And yeah, that's the end of the movie. That is the end of the movie. Really fun movie. Story, it is there. The story is there. Really impressive choreography. I really enjoy that movie. I urge everyone to go watch it. It's really fun. If you want to have fun with it on your own, or if you want to watch something with friendos and have some beers, this is a good movie to watch. It's just really entertaining. Again, the Fight Club scene, you can find that very easily on YouTube. The whole thing. Go watch it. It's really, really fantastic. It's my favorite part of the movie by far. But yeah, plot is basic. It's just there to keep the thing going, so we can get to the fight and action scenes. But not like completely broken. Like, we know where we're going. It's not super great, but you know, it's bearable. But yeah, don't really care about the characters that much. Like, we have Humlae as the comic relief. We got Muay to be there as a little sidekick for Humlae. Ting is just our fighting champion, who is not interested in fighting most of the time, but has to do it. But yeah, very fun movie. Very, very fun movie. And I'll probably gonna watch it a whole bunch more over the years because it's super duper fun. Go watch it. I really like this movie. And yeah, that's pretty much the movie. I'm probably gonna talk about the other ones in the future as well, because I just want to rewatch them and might as well cover them on here. I don't think I'm gonna go in detail with the other ones unless there's some supertism or so. Maybe I'll put them in maybe I'll put 2 and 3 in one Metal's Forge and just go over the things I liked, I guess. I think that makes more sense, because there's nothing really super interesting that happened in this one, but I wanted to go through it so you can get a feel what we're doing in between all the fighting. And yeah, let me know if that worked well for you. Maybe I'll put 2 and 3 in a singular episode. Maybe do it a little bit more compressed. I think that could work pretty darn well. if you ask me. It sounds like a great time. That is the idea. Right. And I think that covers it for today. I choose something lighter after the whole Matrix BS that I went through last time. Just something nice I like to talk about. Cause yeah. Yeah, you got any questions for the movie? About the movie? Things that I'm going to do next? Ask away. If you're not live here, ask in the comments. I'm happy to answer those. If you want to see me just play some games on my own or some of the massives, I'm on the Twitch. I'm streaming there pretty regularly. I'm currently, as this recording goes live, I'm playing Nobody Saves the World. That has been pretty fun. Oh no, it's Mueller. Oh no, you can't just do blah 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 blah. That's not even a question, you fool. You just waited for me to stop. Absolutely disgusting. But yeah, I'm gonna be live on Twitch. You'll see me on the FABs, the EFAB, on the Saturday. Twitter link is down below. Everything is down below. And if there's no questions, I think that's it for today. Last episode was Matrix Resurrections. Go check that out. That was a pain to cover and to prepare because that movie sucks ass. So we talked about something I like today. But yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sticking around. I'll be back next week with something. I don't know what yet. I'll let you all know. But yeah, thank you all so much. I'll catch you around. Goodbye.